You have 5 seconds to ruin the entire wedding. What would you do? In the middle of the ceremony, stand up, interrupt the officiant, and publicly propose to someone else. Bonus points if you propose to the groom. Super bonus points if it's the flower girl. Pastry chef here. I used to do a lot of wedding cakes and would have to move them to wherever the couple wanted it displayed. I always had a fantasy, if I ever decided to quit, walk out, to purposely drop the cake in front of the wedding party and act like it was an accident, and just burst out in tears and storm out, never to be seen again. So to answer your question, destroy the cake, or shit on it or something, if that's your style. Puke on the cake. It was my instant thought. It's not enough to destroy the cake. You need to gross people out as well. It has to look like an edible cake while remaining totally inedible. Destroy the ring. Throw it in the volcano. This is my most upvoted comment. Isilda. Your child and my uterus objects. I spent 2 minutes wondering what in the world uterus objects were supposed to be. Then I realized it was a verb. Thank you. I was thinking of an object instead of an objection, and it made 0 sense. Claim the bride is pregnant with your child / you are pregnant with the groom's child, and have 4 seconds left to spare. I'd use that time to take a shit on the floor while you suggest names for the baby. I can't believe I had to scroll this far to find someone shitting at the wedding. I would have guessed it would be shitting on the cake, but maybe that's too far. Propose to my date and hijack the reception to be a celebration of our engagement. All the other answers are jokes, but this is one that actually happens. Damn, really? I wonder what people at the wedding / engagement celebration think about it when it happens. Bribe the organist with cash to play the Phantom of the Opera theme as the bride comes down the aisle. They didn't say vastly improve the wedding. Apostrophe. Ah yes. A person of culture. When they say you may now kiss the bride, they never specified who may kiss the bride. Or the specific bride. LPT. If someone ever says that to you, don't run off to another wedding and kiss another bride. Learned that the hard way. Can we get some details? Yell fire. That worked with the graduation. Pretty sure that's illegal in most states. It's not illegal if there are no witnesses. Because there actually is a fire. Eat the plastic dolls on top of the cake. I thought they were made out of marzipan. Couldn't tell. I was pretty drunk. Stand up and shout hi, everybody. I'm the mistress. Bonus points if you're a guy. Extra bonus points if you're the bride's mistress. Show up. Wearing white. There was an emergency. I look really good in white. Play the Reigns of Castamere. Can't believe this is the first red wedding reference on this thread. Almost like everyone's perception was critically soured. Thank the husband for letting me borrow his bride-to-be last night. Bonus points if you're a chick. Bonus points for me. Propose to the bride. Imagine she says yes. I now announce you husband and wife. Ed kiss the bride. Okay, you do that, and Ed kiss the priest instead. Take off my pants and start doing the helicopter. Furiously nunchuck your dick at the bride while yelling peanut butter jelly time. I can only aspire to reach your level of imagination. Yell whore when the bride walks down the aisle. My mum did something similar at my brother's wedding. She stood up at the "Does anyone know a reason why they can't be wed" part and shouted, "They can't get married because the bride is a whore." You could have heard a pin drop before the bride burst into tears and my mum screamed as my dad dragged her from the room. It was certainly memorable. Additional. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Yes, my brother and his wife did get married, and they are still married, but have not spoken to my mum since that day. She has bipolar and can be very unpredictable on occasion. It was something my brother and I got used to as children. I moved away very quickly as she and I were never close, but she doted on my brother. When he started seeing his wife, mum wasn't happy about losing her son and did not want them to get married. She did not want to go to the wedding, but was persuaded to go by my dad. I was very proud to be his sister that day as he did not let mum spoil the day for his wife. Haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? I do that Naruto finger jab thing to the brides, but sending her flying into the cake. 1000 years of death Kakishi's proctology. Konoha Taijutsu Aoji, Sennen Garoshi. Iros take thee Rachel. I told my husband I'd give him $100 to say take thee Rachel at our wedding last summer. Since my name is the same as the one Ross didn't say, he chickened out. I'm still low-key disappointed. I had the preacher say, until death does you a favor instead of until death do you part, and it only cost me $20. A finger and a fire alarm. Repeatedly. Then, when nobody's responding to the alarms anymore. Flamethrower. Gel bro, isn't she the one you said was hideous? Edit. Why the duck is this so popular? At a social event one of my relatives said that a girl that walked by was completely vacuous. You guessed it, he married her less than a year later. You might say that she sucked him in. Since when did you become straight? Edit. Holy shit. Thank you for the likes. Bonus points if it's a gay wedding. Show up wearing a large, elaborate wedding dress. Propose to the best man. Cry hard when I don't get an immediate yes so my macu runs. Spit on the bride. Grab and kiss the groom. And run away screaming about how flat the earth is. For the visuals, I'm a 36-year-old man. This is oddly specific. Either you've been thinking about this for a while, or you watched a specific, delightfully disastrous wedding actually unfold. Quietly stand up and stand next to the bride as she walks up to the altar, straight face and everything, and refuse to sit down for the entire ceremony. If nothing else, it'll make everyone question Hoss getting married to who. Edit. Wow. My first award. Thanks. Bonus points if you are normally in a wheelchair. Edit. First award. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. I have no coins, so at least take this award. Yell to the groom, after I slept with you? This is what you do to me, and punch the bride. Edit. My first award. Thank you. Bonus points if you're a dude. Bonus points if you are the bride's brother. Push the cake on the floor. At a reception, my wife and I were on the dance floor and I really had to fart. I figured I'd do it while the music was loud. I stood back a little from her and let it rip the very second the DJ lost power. Everyone looked our way and saw me looking at my wife. They looked at my wife. She ran off in a huff. Then I still had bad gas and was looking for a place to let it rip. The hall had some bay doors to a balcony, so I backed my ass out the doors and blasted ass. I turned around to close the doors and saw the bride and groom were out there having an alone moment that I just farted on. This is the story we expected from /u/born_to_fart. He was a disappointment from his birth. In the middle of the best man speech, loudly scream I ducked the groom last night. Bonus points if you're a guy. Bonus points if you're the best man. Lob a grenade into the altar. First, shall thou take out the holy pin. Then shall thou count to 3. No more, no less. Apostrophe. 3 shalt be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. Kill Bill it. I mentioned this in another somewhat similar comment. I think they spent more than 5 seconds, but it wasn't much more. See username. Really born for this bruh. He cold been talking about your username. Opus. A chupacabra would ruin a wedding pretty quickly. Destroy the paperwork. It's not official without it. Wedding basically didn't happen. I accidentally did this to myself. Took me years to figure out I wasn't technically married. 10/10ths would forget to file those papers again. Object to the wedding. Don't marry him. You're pregnant with my child. Bonus points if it's at a gay wedding. I'm already at the wedding, so I'll just wait for me to ruin it naturally. Bonus points if you kiss the priest. Kiss him, I'm gonna destroy him. Just yell from a distance. This girl gave me a blowjob and now she's getting married. Even better if you record yourself saying it and play it on a Bluetooth speaker so they can't tell who it's coming from. Mass confusion ensues. Why not pay a random guy to do the voice? So this way no one recognizes the voice. Confess my hidden love for the bride and threaten to kill myself if she doesn't leave with me. Gotta talk a little faster. Just yell I love you, and if you duck and marry him, I'm gonna kill myself. Hold a gun for extra effect. Tell her I don't. I knew a guy that went to a wedding where that happened. He was excited to go as it was a destination wedding down in the Florida Keys. When he got back we asked how it went, and he said that it didn't. When it came time for the groom to say his vows he just froze, and then said I can't do this before walking out. The officiant and the groom's father ran after him, while everyone just sort of looked at each other, and the bride stood alone at the altar crying. A few minutes later the father of the groom came back and told everyone that the wedding was off. Apparently the groom had run off and eloped with another woman months before, and hadn't known how to tell his fiancée that he was already married to someone else. It might not be a drone strike or a murder like some of the other people have suggested for ruining a wedding in this thread, but I've thought about that story a lot over the years. So much worse than calling off a wedding ahead of time. Shit. Sorry everyone. I just got my COVID test back. I tested positive. Apostrophe. That's the best one I've read on this thread till now. I tell them about what happened during the bachelor party. With slides. Or just the hooker's positive pregnancy tests. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily Reddit videos.